Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. I think, do we see, you guys, I'm just still not secure with this whole thing, but some of it says it's working and some is saying that there's a problem. So I'm never sure where to go with this, but we'll just give it a minute and we'll just make sure that we can hear and that everything's okay. Just let me know when you can hear me. Hi, everybody. If you can if you can hear and see me, let me know. Hello. Can see and hear you. Yay! Yay! Hi, ladies. Leslie from New Zealand. My goodness, that is just a long ways away. Thank you so much for being here, you all. It's really nice. And tonight I've got most of my work done, so I feel like I'm just not always on a schedule, which is sometimes how I feel. From Willis. Where's Willis? Willis, Texas, maybe? Good, everybody can hear. Good, good, good. North Carolina, I know where that is. All good. Yep. Yay. Oh, good. Barbara, welcome. We say welcome, welcome here at Silhouette Patterns. That means you're really welcome. All right. Well, it's really good, you guys. Let's get through the questions first. Cedar Park, Texas. I know where that is. Danville, Virginia. Bernice, Australia. Wow. That is a ways away. Sunny Florida, Wisconsin. Gosh, literally all over the world. Joliet, Illinois. I know where that is too. All right, ladies. Oh, north of Houston. That's where, what did I, Willis is, oh, Willis. Okay, I know where that is. Willis, Texas. Okay, so we're going to talk about these fitting questions. We got some just, I mean, I say this, you know, all the time. But we've got some really good questions. We've just got some really good questions. I will have to say, and I kind of feel bad because I don't know what I did something wrong with my emails, and my son's still trying to figure out what I did. But at any rate, I know there's three questions that I deleted, but I don't know who they are, and I don't know what the questions are. So if we go through tonight and you feel like you've sent in a question and I'm not ignoring you. I simply didn't get the question, or I deleted it. I probably did get it, but I deleted it. And so I'm really sorry. Let me just say that. But wait to tell me that until we've gone through tonight, and then hopefully, um, we'll. I don't know. I don't understand how I did it. I'm still kind of in awe as to how I did it. I'm not sure. But all of a sudden, it was gone, and I tried looking everywhere, and it was gone. It was just gone. From Idaho. Hi, Toronto, Tennessee. Hi, you guys. It's so nice to all have you here. So that says that you want to learn something and you want something of value. That's my job. So my job is to give you something of value, and I take these Q&As very seriously because I think they're just a really good opportunity for us to learn. All right, so let's get started through them, and then what time we have at the end, we'll just play. Okay, first question. While watching your video, Achieving Great Fit Through Muslins, I see you use shoulder pads. Why are they used in the muslin but not in the finished garment? They are. Somehow either I said it wrong or you misunderstood, but if I'm doing a jacket, or, I'm going to assume it's a jacket, or it could be a dress. If I'm doing a garment that has shoulder pads, then I have to have them in the muslin because they change the angle of the shoulder, and they do too much to change the angle of the shoulder. So if I'm going to have them in the garment, then I have to have them in the muslin. And the pattern either calls for 1/2 inch or 1 inch. And we have 1/2 inch and 1 inch on the website. So she asked that. Are the shoulder pads on the website the correct size for the muslin garment? Yes. So they're 1/2 inch and 1 inch. And a little bit later, we're going to talk about jackets, and so we can see some differences. But you can get the ones you like, and then I'm going to show you how to make some changes if you don't like the ones that, like if a jacket calls for 1 inch and you say I don't want 1 inch, I want 1/2 inch, then I'll show you how to change the 1 inch to a 1/2 inch. But we'll get there just in a minute. But so bottom line is, if you are making a muslin and the garment that you're making has a shoulder pad, then you need to have a shoulder pad in the muslin. because it's allowed in the pattern. There's an allowance there for it, so it's really important that you have it. Okay, and I didn't have any pictures on that. I just wanted to make sure you understood it. Okay? Okay, so next question then is, we're going to start into this jacket. Oh, not yet, sorry. I'm looking at the page where you have education on your site. I'm looking for information on rounded back, and she couldn't find it. So she needs a rounded back and everything, and she says because how she knows that is because everything pulls to the back, which is the classic way to tell that you need it. I don't even think it's visual as much as it is things pull to the back. So this is the alteration that you would want to do. Notice it's very high up on the back piece, like it's only a couple inches down. You don't want to do, there's times where I've had to put in more than one slash for, I should have gotten a picture of Queen Elizabeth, but anyway, there's times you need to put in more than one slash. You don't want to put more than 1 inch in each slash. I've put in as many as 3. Chances are you won't need more than 3. But it is a hard one to do yourself, you guys. I'm just going to tell you that. Not that it's hard. There's nothing hard about it. You just slash from center back and you go over to nothing at the armhole. You recorrect that line because it will become jagged. That's what the red line is for. So you can still cut it on the fold. You lose a little circumference. You don't need this circumference. You won't lose it. You won't worry. Don't worry about it. I've had women do this and make clean muslins, I call it, and they don't ever miss it a bit. They never know it's gone. Now, when I say Queen Elizabeth, the reason I say that is I'll bet she had 3 or 4 of these, because as she aged, and now we know, a little more that she had bone cancer. She just her stature, her curvature of her back became quite severe. But if you look closely at those pictures, the reason you don't really ever see how severe it was is because her clothing was so beautifully done. Her hemlines were so straight. Her jackets were so straight. I noticed a lady at the airport. I notice women and how they dress all the time. But what was interesting, she's a very thin lady, and she was very hunched over. And the back of her sweater, it was long on the side. It was almost like it was meant to be asymmetric, but it wasn't. It was meant to be straight. But it was so hiked up in the back, and the reason being is because she had such a rounded back, and there was no accommodation for it. So, it was just the hemline is the telltale sign. So, if you're doing this by yourself, do it off of you, make a slash, put it on. You're going to have to make a garment to see if you need 1 or if you need 2, or more. But again, 1 and doing it should help. And then just kind of see how you feel. Make a blouse, wear it around, see how it feels, go from there. Okay, so that's the rounded back. All right, this next question we're going to get into is about a jacket. I love these pictures. She did such a good job of doing these pictures, you guys. You all do all my work, and you help me so much. Everybody can learn by this because these questions, I promise you, everybody else has had. Okay, so I want you to look at, we're going to go from left to right. So the left picture, you can see the sleeve is hanging actually very nicely. As she goes to move, notice that she's very unhappy about the movement. You can just see it in the garment. You don't have to see her face. You can just see that is not adequate. She is not having it. Now, personally, I don't think you move this direction when you have a jacket on. But I'm going to withhold that opinion because this is a personal situation. It is absolutely personal. You need to make sure you have a shoulder pad when you're doing this, because a shoulder pad lifts the armhole and helps put the parts of the armhole and the sleeve in the places they should be, giving you maximum amount of mobility. Just having said that. Okay, so having said that, I would say to her, your circumference is too small. I wouldn't. I would leave it like it is. I would muster through. When I had to have real mobility, I would take my jacket off, because what we know about sleeves is the smaller they are, the thinner you look. The smaller they are, the thinner you look. So I would want them to be smaller to make me look thinner. Now, it depends on, again, where you're going, where you're wearing it to, all of those variables. So we're going to go through each variable. So let's say, hypothetically, she wants to increase the circumference. she would measure the cap. Now this is an incorrect drawing. This is a drawing that she sent to me that I showed her was incorrect. And the reason it's incorrect is because when you lay those pieces together, you have to overlap the seam allowances of the undersleeve and the upper sleeve. See how she's butted them against each other? They have to be overlapped. So this is distorting, and it's adding 3/8 inch seam allowance to each side, which is 3/4 of an inch. And then notice on each side you leave off those seam allowances. So here's the step by step. Okay, step 1, you go shopping. You go to your closet. You put on a jacket that you like the sleeve. I don't care if the rest of the jacket doesn't fit. I don't care if you can barely get it on. But you're looking for an ideal sleeve. And this will save you so much time because you will spend hours and days and weeks trying to figure out what circumference you like. There is no formula for measuring your arm and then saying, look, this is what you should like. There is none because it's all based on personality, how much movement you want, where you're going. There's too many things. The fabric itself, there's too many things it's based on. So hear me when I say this. I'm really trying to save you time. Go shopping. That's how you save a lot of time. And go to that picture and measure this section of the sleeve, but of the garment, not of the pattern, of the garment. Measure the garment itself. What I want you to know is how many inches do I like on my sleeve cap. The sleeve cap is that circumference line that separates the top of the sleeve from the bottom of the sleeve. So what if I said to you, how many inches do you like at your sleeve cap? You would say back to me, bam, give me a number. Now you're ready to make a sleeve, and you're going to go to the pattern and you're going to pick the sleeve by that number. And you're going to pick the armhole that goes with it. Now in her case, and I'm going to go back to this center picture again, it's very low. I mean, admittedly, it's very low. We're going to fix that, okay? But again, she's guessing. First off, this is a muslin. The muslin doesn't have the same amount of mobility as a regular jacket has. A regular jacket is lined. It slips more. She might have cotton underneath. There's so many variables that will affect this. I have women who come to workshops, they bring a jacket muslin, and I cannot help them because I can't tell them what they're going to like. I can't. I wish I could. Oh my gosh, I wish I could. But if I take you shopping and I make you try on jackets, then I can tell you. Then I can help you, which is why I have those shopping trips. Because there are things, you don't need me. I mean, you might need me. But basically, you can do this. This isn't anything you can't do. But what you wanted to be able to do is the shopping trips, what you're going to learn is the finished numbers that you like. And you're going to fill that in. Okay, now let's say hypothetically you have the sleeve, you have the circumference, you love the circumference, but what you don't like is how low that armhole is. You just don't like it. And it's not, for anything other than you just don't like it. So here's how you're going to fix it. Okay, you're going to raise the armhole, you're going to lower the sleeve cap. It's that easy. You're going to raise the armhole. Again, when you measured that, I'm going to take this picture away for just a minute, excuse me. When you measured that cap line of the sleeve you really liked, you should then measure the armhole. I want that armhole that cap line goes into, because then I can raise the armhole so that I get exactly what I like, and I can shorten the cap height. And those two will make this sleeve still go into this armhole. What we're looking for is the marriage between an armhole and a sleeve. And we can have variables that will change it, but the marriage between the armhole and the sleeve have nothing to do with the bodice. They have nothing to do with the jacket or the circumference or anything. That marriage, that armhole and that sleeve, could travel anywhere together. They can go on anything you have and anything you like, and everything and anything you have and like will be perfect with that armhole and sleeve. Okay, and you will not run into this situation anymore. You will have resolved it. And once you resolve it, it's done forever. You don't have to go through this anymore. You have to go through it once, but you have to resolve it. Once you go through it, you're done. Isn't that exciting? It's really exciting. Okay, so I thought that was a really cool little example because, I mean, some of us are a little bit nervous about making jackets, but they're easy and they're fun, but I think I have to have more knowledge. Like when I make a knit top, my knowledge, I don't have to, I have to do negative ease. The sleeves can follow because the fabric is stretchy. But when I have a woven fabric, I have to determine the fabric doesn't stretch. So how much ease do I want? I have to build that into the pattern because it's not in the fabric. And those are just really, they're important principles, but they're really easy principles. They're really easy principles. Y'all are smart. You can do this. Okay? Okay. Do we lower the cap height by the amount we raise the armhole? Yes. Those two things are going to be equal to each other. So if you're raising the armhole 1 inch, you lower the cap 1 inch. All right? Those things are equally related. Great question. Okay. Now I'm going to go on to this other question, but if we can always go back. You all know that. Okay, so this question has to do, I love this question because, again, you guys, I so appreciate you asking these questions. And I don't say names. You know who you are, but I hope you don't ever feel diminished because these are such great questions. But I am going to pick them apart, okay? Because the questions reveal to me how you're feeling. I'm looking inside these questions, and these questions are giving me insight as to how you're thinking. And that is making me nervous. Okay. Okay, so the title on this is called Enlarging a Blouse. Okay, so this has nothing to do with enlarging a blouse. All we're doing is adding circumference at the tummy. Because what do we know about women? Many of us need enlarging circumference at the tummy. We need more space. So I hope you all can see this. I may have tried to put too much on one picture. Okay, but these are two patterns. She sent me both of these examples. The one on the left is pattern number 600. It's the classic blouse. The one on the right is pattern number 575. It's Sonia's blouse. So what she wants to do is like in 600, let's talk about that first. In 600, if you notice what she wants to do is she wants to take away the darts. She wants that way to give her more tummy space. Now that will give you more tummy space. Absolutely, I have to give it to you, that will. But that is not the way I want you to do it because that's not the most flattering way for you. So number one, the most flattering way for you is to leave that dart in place and to add to the side seam. So that when you do that dart, you get that nice vertical line. So just add to the side seam, but just swing out the bottom, leave the bust the same. You don't need it at the bust. You've got the garment fitting through the bust, or you've picked out the size by the bust, so leave the bust where it is and just add to the side seam. That's it. It's just that easy to do. Now, or all you can do is, a lot of times I tell people, then let's say you're a 2 at the top, cut a 3 at the bottom. Just go from 2 to 3 on every line all the way around. Go from 2 to 3. And that will automatically give you extra. Now, if you look at the one on the left, on the right, 575 Sonia's blouse, what you love about a princess seam, you guys, is because now you have 14 spaces to add circumference from the bust to the hem. So 14 places to add circumference, that's a big tummy girl's dream. Because I can add a ½ inch at each seam, which is not very much, and I'm going to have way too much. You don't need to have 14 inches or even 7 inches. So chances are you want to leave those vertical darts. Those vertical darts are really positive. They add, they're very slimming. The whole reason we use them, the whole reason we love them is because they're very, very slimming. So don't get rid of them. Just simply add and keep those darts in place. But I'm going to tell you, if I have 5 ladies in a workshop and 5 ladies have tummies that are too big, every one of them wants to eliminate that dart. And I say the same thing over and over. No, these darts are really good. Let's add to the side. That's why we put extra at the side. Let's add to the side. Let's leave the dart in place. You can make it thinner. And I've said it a million times. Once a dart is stitched, you cannot see the size of it. You cannot see the size of it. So you can make it smaller, but don't eliminate that vertical line. That vertical line is just too good to leave off. Okay, if a sleeve cap is in a jacket, it's gathered. How do you measure that? You would have to gather up the sleeve cap. You'd have to, you can't. I mean, you can approximate, but you don't really, why would you have to do that? Why would you have to measure the sleeve cap? I didn't say to measure the sleeve cap. I said to, because that's pattern making, don't hear me what I'm saying. You're going to measure the cap line and the armhole. You don't need to measure the cap height. That's already built into the pattern. Okay? You're going to measure the circumference of the sleeve and the size of the armhole. That's it. All right? So no measuring of the sleeve cap. Just joining from Virginia today, was travel home from vacation. Welcome home, Victoria. Hope you had a great vacation. The only bummer about going on vacation is you come home and you're behind. That's why I say I never go on vacation, because I don't want to be behind. I want to stay up. Okay, if you raise the armhole, it seems like you would raise the cap for more room since you are raising the armhole. No, that's not right. If you raise the armhole, you're making the armhole smaller. How could you possibly think, or tell me where your mind is thinking, that you should raise the cap? Think about this now. You're raising the armhole. You're making the armhole smaller. The way to balance that is to lower the cap so that those two still fit together. Remember this analogy, you guys. You've got two parts of the sleeve. You've got that bottom part, which is kind of, let's see, it looks like, well, my hand is doing funky things. It's not looking right. You know, it's like the little part at the bottom, and then you have the top part. Okay? So the little part at the bottom that's curved and the little part of the armhole, those two match. Those two go together. So if I move that up, I'm shortening this part of the armhole. So I've got to shorten the cap. Those two go together. The bottom parts go together, the top parts go together. All right? So just kind of go through. And, you know, honestly, a little bit ago, I was in Chicago. And one of the gals there has good sized bust and is larger than the D cup bust. She's larger than the D cup bust. So when there are certain ways that you have to make an additional dart, but then you have to pivot. Anyway, it's a process. That doesn't matter. But I showed her how to do it, but she actually did it. She did it. She pivoted out. She made the clean muslin. All of that. The point is, for me telling you this, is she said to me, wow, I can't believe how much I've learned by doing it. Those words were golden. Those words were golden. I can't believe how much I've learned by actually doing it. It's called empirical experience, empirical knowledge. Knowledge that I gain by the doing of something is far better than any knowledge I can have any other way, which is why people travel. People wouldn't travel if empirical knowledge wasn't so valuable. People wouldn't go to workshops. It's very valuable. It's hands-on. It's more memorable. It's the best type of knowledge that we can gain. Okay? All right. So just recognize that when I go to find this armhole that I like, I need two things. And these are simple, but I need these two things. And one is the circumference of the sleeve, and one is the size of the armhole. Okay? From there, you can manage this pattern and make it exactly what you want it to be. And keep in mind, I'm here. So if you go through this process and have questions, shoot me pictures and say, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I'm doing something wrong. Help me. And typically it's a very small little thing. It's a very small little thing. But I do think that this is why, from what I've heard, women tell me why they go to workshops is because the little things they get stuck on and they don't know how to get past. And so these workshops they're a lot of fun. They really are. They're fun for me because I see you all travel miles and it's just really fun. Okay, so the cap height, we do not have to worry about. We do not have to worry about that cap height, and that's only because it is built into the pattern. We're not drafting at this point. We're just simply changing an existing relationship that has already been done. Okay, so guess what? Those are all my questions, you guys. And it is, 25 minutes. Do you believe how fast the time goes? I say these 20-minute Q&As because, I don't want to make them long. I want everybody to be able to watch them and kind of get in, get off with their questions. But it just goes so fast. It goes so fast, and now I want to have fun. All right, so let's just have fun for a minute. What's everybody sewing? Tell me what you're sewing. We put a new POM up today. It was 611 Maggie's blouse. Happy May 1. Happy May 1. It's May 1. Isn't it May Day? Isn't May Day May 1? Happy May Day. I know Cinco de Mayo is coming up. I know that's May 5th. Mother's Day is May 11th. What can I do for you all for Mother's Day? What would you like? What could I give you for Mother's Day? What would be a gift that you all would want from Silhouette Patterns to you for Mother's Day? Tell me what you would like. I have to get inside your head for a minute, and you all can tell me what you would like. All right, we're just putting it out there in the universe. We have so many great things going on here, you guys. We're just too excited. Just having way too much fun. PBS, we're filming in a little, like 2 months. 2 months. So it's really exciting. We've got some. Can I tease PBS a little bit? I don't know if I should or not. You can tell me no if I shouldn't. I'm starting my first 600. Good girl. Good girl. So remember, LCD. And if you have any questions when you make up that muslin, shoot us photos. That's it, you guys. We'll use them and everybody will learn from them. A discount on gift cards. I love those. Oh, do you really? That's funny. A discount on gift cards. You know, Basima, it's so interesting how a lot of people don't really understand that they are the best possible. Like, I have a few ladies who always take advantage of that. But it's funny to me how most don't realize that when I do a discount on a gift certificate, you can use that gift certificate for anything and it automatically it preserves that 20% discount. It's like amazing. Free shipping. Okay, you guys just want me to give you money, huh? I'm taking the 600 blouse and extending it to make a shirt dress. Good. We're going to actually do that Tuesday. You guys, dresses are everywhere. I'm presenting dresses to you because we have to do dresses. You actually don't even have to do dresses, but you have to do dresses or tunics. You'll see Tuesday night. I don't want to give away my Tuesday night, but sewing my second 325. Do you love that blouse? I love that blouse. Sew along for Maggie's blouse. We did that, the sew along for Maggie's blouse. So on Maggie's blouse, if you go to 611 to the page, where 611 is on, I put a link to the Maggie's blouse sew along, which was a couple weeks ago. So we have the sew along. We have it all ready for you to go. You can make that blouse up no time. It's very, very quick. Still working on Giorgio's blouse. Need to adjust sleeves for 600. Need to cut out Sally's. Good. Trying to make black pants for winter while still light enough to see. I know. Leslie's in New Zealand. It's getting dark over there. You are winter time. We're going into summer and you're going into winter. Can't wait for the next fit to stitch. I know, me neither. I'm telling you guys, I cannot believe, honestly, the whole reason I keep doing this is not because I feel like I have one more thing to teach you all. It's really because of the credibility that I can, I can't tell you. Anyway, making my second Maggie's. Yay. Hope you have a pattern sale. We just had a pattern sale, kids. It seems odd that we strive so hard to make garments fit our figure, and then the oversized sloppy look is a feature. No, it's not. No. Susan, that outfit you sent me, that 215 that you made up, that was a home run. The sloppy look is only in ready to wear because they can't get people to fit. Don't do that. Don't follow those well-dressed ladies. Don't do that sloppy look. I made 422 dress and want to make another one. 422 into a dress. Great idea. I'm going to try that. That's a great idea. Send a photo if you have it. I'm looking forward to receiving the glove. Okay, those have all been sent out, so you should have that soon. I'm finishing Nikki's top. I had trouble with the sleeve. I'm using pattern 100 with the upper and lower sleeve. So you're actually setting it in, then stitching it down. Pattern 100 is the knit alternatives. Got it. I will look up and sew along. Yeah, just look it up. 611 sew along. If you put up 611 into our silhouette, into our YouTube page, it will come right up. I'm sewing cargo pants. Awesome. Are you going to get out of stock patterns reprinted or have them digital? We will not have them digital, y'all. My feelings are digital are massively negative. Despite, you always say never, But I'll say I'll never have digital patterns. I don't think they're good for you. I don't think they're great for me, but they're not good for you. The time and the effort and oh my goodness, they're terrible. They're terrible. So to me, they're all about me and not about you. And I'm trying to get you all to help you be successful. So, but you can tell me out of stock patterns. Just kind of give me numbers. Sometimes I like to, especially for like Fit to Stitch fundraisers, we can bring back a pattern, we can pre-sell it, and then we can only print that number, and that's kind of a win-win if you guys don't mind doing that. What is 422? 422 is that beautiful, it's an ace, it's a gorgeous pattern. It's a twisted, um, it's kind of a wrap twist. It's beautiful. Look it up on the internet, but it's very, very pretty. It's going to make St. John's top into a dress for a wedding. That would be a beautiful one also. Please don't switch to digital. Please do not worry. It took me 2 years to figure out how to print tissue, so we're not going digital. We're printing paper for other companies that can't print. And it's too long of a story to tell you all, but it's unfortunate. What is May POM? It's 611 Maggie's blouse. 611 with a red silk and stretch in one direction. Do I need interfacing for the collar or front facing? For 611, if I were doing it with that red silk, I think I would use an interfacing. That red silk is so light that I'm nervous that it won't hold. So I probably would use a fusible in the collar and the facing. I'd probably use both. Projector pattern cutting is great though. Oh, don't advocate that, you guys. We had a store chat just 2 Saturdays ago about this projector, and these ladies have thrown it away. They've spent thousands of dollars on it, and they absolutely found themselves not having the pattern selection they were promised. Anyway, I would definitely not advocate that, so I'm going to have to argue that one. Hate to come back on you on that. Thank you for the Q&As. You're welcome. I need a dress for summer wedding as mother of the groom. Can you give us some idea tips? Yes, we'll have all kinds of ideas, you guys. I think 350 Stephanie's blouse. So, the thing we have to think about is we don't have a lot of dress patterns. And the reason to me is because in my mind, I see all of these tops as dresses. All of the knit tops, all of the woven tops, they're all dresses. But join us Tuesday night and I'll go through all of that. I've got tons of pictures for you. I've been working on this thing for a week already because there's so much out there. And I just want to bring it to you. If you're not going to go shopping, I'm going to go shopping for you. And I'm going to bring the stores to you. So we'll take a look at it all. Okay, so I will say to you, thank you all for being here. I can't, it doesn't do me any good to talk to myself. So I really do appreciate that you would take time out and listen to these. I hope that they're very helpful for you. I really do appreciate those people who send in the questions. If I did delete a question, if you sent a question to me and I didn't get it tonight, just let me know, and I'll put it in for 2 weeks from now. I think I'm out of town 2 weeks from now, but we'll figure it out. Okay. All right. So the good news is you all are the best. Oh, good. Of course. POM is 611. It's right on the front page of the website, you guys. It's right on the front page of the website. 611 Maggie's blouse. We had a sew along a couple weeks ago because I was going to use it for the POM, and I wanted you to have it's the easiest blouse pattern we have. I said that in the sew along. I'm going to still stick by it. Get the pattern, watch the sew along, let's get it made. And that's the one you're going to send to get the Silhouette U contest. To enter that Silhouette U contest, I can't wait to see all of your examples. All right? Okay, hit the like button. Oh, thanks, Leslie. You're right, I forget. If my son's not over there, I can never, he's the one who always holds up my little sign. I'm supposed to hit the like button, make a comment, all of those things. You guys know. I don't know why I cannot remember. Thank you, Peggy. Love you. Oh, Marcy. It just comes from doing. I really do believe what I say about empirical. Just keep doing, you guys. And the more you do, the easier it gets. And I think personally, the easier it gets, the more you like it. I have to go, but I'm going to tell you this quick story. Just like not even an hour ago, my producer, Ginny, some of you have met her because you've been to the show. But anyway, my producer, Ginny, her daughter is a senior, and she's going, Saturday night is her prom. So several months ago, she asked me if I would make her what she wanted to wear to the prom. And I said yes. Bella is her name. Bella has helped me in the studios. You know, she's kind of she dresses mannequins. She does all kinds of things during the showing, during the filming, I should say. And she just, she'll bring me hot water. She'll do anything. She's just really, really helpful. She's really wonderful. Anyway, so she's getting ready for her prom, and she knew what she wanted, and Jenny just said to me, would you make this for her? And I said yes, I would make it for her. And I'm telling you, I've really been so happy to make this. It was a jumpsuit. It was a halter jumpsuit. It had a jacket over it, and we finished it. I sent it to cleaners to be pressed. It's not just stuff we put on our body. It really gives us. It empowers us. She just looked radiant. It was so much fun. And I know her prom is going to be her senior prom is going to be a really memorable experience for her. And it's just, she's going to have a great time. And I feel very happy to have been a part of that. So it was really, it's great to have knowledge. And the other best part of it is to share it. So I really appreciate you all allowing me to share it with you. No PDFs. Don't worry about it, you guys. All right. So with that, sorry, my story is just way too long. Y'all know that you are the best. Love you, love you. And we will see you Tuesday. All right. Bye.